Hey guys, welcome to our channel, where imagination takes flight and dreams come true. Today we're whisked away on a magical adventure high above the world, where the sky kisses the stars. There lived a little girl named Nori. But Nori wasn't just any girl. She was a cloud painter, a guardian of dreams who made sure every child had a beautiful sky to dream under each night. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the first stars twinkled into existence, Nori would hop onto her trusty cloud, Comet, and grab her magical paintbrush. Her paintbrush wasn't made of wood or metal. It shimmered like 1,000 rainbows, and its bristles sparkled like dewdrops on a spider's thread. With a flick of her wrist and a giggle, she could turn a grumpy face into a smiling one, or chase away gloomy thoughts with a flick of her shimmering brush. Each night, Nori would glide over the sleeping world, painting dreams across the canvas of the night sky. For dreamers, she painted magnificent castles with towers that scraped the clouds, and moats filled with marshmallow fluff. Artists got a sky full of swirling colors, while adventurers got to fly on rainbow rocket ships past planets made of cheese. And for the animal lovers, she painted a sky full of friendly beasts, furry flying foxes, slithering rainbow snakes, and birds with feathers that glittered like gemstones. Nori loved her job. Seeing the smiles on sleeping faces as she drifted off to sleep made her heart soar like a kite in the wind. One night, as she soared over the vast, sleeping world, Nori noticed something strange. A big patch of sky above a village was still dark, even though everyone else was asleep. She couldn't remember the last time an entire village wasn't dreaming. Nori had painted over this village many times before. It was known for its cobblestone streets, terracotta roofs, and most of all, for its kind, gentle people. But tonight, the windows were dark, not a single ray of moonlight peeking through. Curious and a little worried, Nori landed Comet behind a hill overlooking the village. She pulled out her telescope and peered into the houses. What she saw made her gasp. In one house, a young boy named Luca lay awake in his bed. He tossed and turned, his face scrunched up in worry. He wasn't crying, but Nori could tell from his troubled breathing that his dreams were not very pleasant. Nori had never seen a child stay awake on purpose before, let alone an entire village. So she decided to find out why. Gathering all her courage, she walked right up to Luca's window and knocked lightly with her paintbrush. At first, Luca didn't seem to hear her. His eyes were wide open, staring at the dark ceiling. Then he slowly turned his head and blinked, surprised to see Nori standing in front of him. "Why aren't you asleep?" Nori asked softly, afraid to startle him. Luca looked back at her with sad eyes. "I don't dream nice dreams," he whispered. "So I try not to go to sleep. I don't want my dreams to make me feel bad." Nori felt a pang of sympathy. She knew that sometimes dreams could be scary, but she had never met anyone who stopped dreaming altogether because of it. "But, Luca," she said gently, "dreams are supposed to be fun. They shouldn't make you feel bad." "They do," Luca insisted, looking away. "And I'd rather stay awake than have bad dreams." Nori wanted to help, but she wasn't sure how. She had painted thousands of dreams, but never for a child who didn't want one. Then she had an idea. "Well, then I'll paint a dream just for you," she said with a smile. "A dream that will make you feel happy and brave and strong." Luca looked doubtful, but Nori didn't wait. She waved her paintbrush and a ladder made of stardust appeared, leading all the way up to her cloud. "Come on," she said, holding out her hand. "I promise you'll love this dream." Luca hesitated, then took Nori's hand and climbed onto her cloud. He gasped as he looked around. It was so fluffy and white, like a giant marshmallow. And in the distance, he could see other clouds shaped like animals and objects, all painted with bright, cheerful colors. "What's that?" Luca asked, pointing to a small cloud shaped like a boat. That's my friend Squirt, Nori said with a laugh. He's going on an adventure to find some moonbeams to add to our sky later. Luca felt a smile tugging at his lips. It was the first time he had smiled in what felt like forever. Then he turned back to the ladder, a sudden burst of bravery filling him. "Can I paint too?" he asked. Nori's eyes widened in surprise. "You want to paint?" Luca nodded eagerly. "I used to love painting," he said. "I painted pictures of dragons and knights and magical lands, but I haven't picked up a paintbrush since I moved here." "Well, it's time to pick it up again," Nori said with a wink. "'Cause I have a feeling you're gonna paint the most amazing dream we've ever had." Handing him a paintbrush that shimmered with stardust, Nori showed him how to dip it into the jars of rainbow paint and make wishes upon the stars. Together they painted shooting stars that streaked across the sky and left trails of glitter in their wake. They painted friendly monsters with fur as soft as cotton candy and eyes that twinkled like the stars. And they painted spaceships that zoomed past planets made of sweet dreams and hopes and fears. As they painted, Luca felt his worries and sadness drift away. He laughed and joked with Nori, and for the first time in a long time, he felt truly happy. By the time they finished, the sky was a masterpiece, a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes and textures. When Nori and Luca were finished, Squirt came floating by and gasped in admiration. "This is the most beautiful sky ever," he cried. "Just look at those colors and shapes. It looks so real." Nori and Luca beamed with pride as they watched their sky take shape. It was so much more than just a picture. It was a reflection of their dreams, hopes, and fears. As the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, Nori knew it was time to say goodbye. "Will you come visit again, Nori?" Luca asked, his voice filled with hope. "Of course," Nori replied with a wink. "I'll paint your sky every night so you have somewhere beautiful to dream." And just like that, Nori was off, taking a piece of Luca's laughter and a sprinkle of his magic with her. As the sun rose higher in the sky, Luca woke up in his bed, a wide smile on his face. He sat up and looked out the window. The sky was a masterpiece, just like Nori had promised. From that day on, Luca never had a bad dream again. Every night he dreamed of flying with Nori through the galaxy, painting new worlds and making friends along the way. And every morning he woke up feeling refreshed and ready to face the day. The villagers, seeing how happy and healthy Luca was, started sharing their dreams too. Soon, the whole town was filled with laughter and joy. And Nori, the cloud painter, was the reason why. Moral of the story: even the smallest bit of imagination and kindness can light up someone's world. Never stop dreaming, and never stop helping others find their dreams. We hope you enjoyed this enchanting tale of Nori, the cloud painter. Remember, you have the power to bring magic into someone's life, just like Nori did for Luca. So keep believing in dreams, keep being kind, and never stop painting your own masterpiece. Until next time, keep dreaming big and take care.